Okay, hi everyone, Tara back here, and today I am sitting with Janet Gray. Hi Janet, how are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm good. So today we are chatting about government assistance for families, but first I was just hoping maybe you could let everyone know who you are and what you do and services that you offer, that kind of thing.
Sure, thanks. I'm a financial planner, certified financial planner, have been for close to 20 years now. What I do may be different from other financial planners is I offer advice only. I don't sell any product. So that means I sit down and talk with people about what they want to achieve, what solutions are, how they can work with other partners, that may be insurance, investments, mortgage people, stuff like that. So it's a very holistic approach. It's very goal oriented. It's very what's in line with your goals, and it's very stress free, which is very important for people these days.
Yeah, especially when it comes to finances, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's good to know, and we're gonna circle back at the end so that we can let people know how to get a hold of you and if you're still
Sure.
offering services and all of that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, today we're talking about the government assistance for families given what is happening with COVID-19 and all of the kind of craziness that's going on. And we were
Yeah.
chatting a little bit about this to start with. So the first thing on the list is the CURB benefit.
Yeah, and the CURB is the Canada Emergency Relief Benefit. No, it's not relief benefit. Oh shoot, I've totally forgotten the acronym.
That's okay.
Canada Emergency Response Benefit. Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
So it was set up to kind of offset people who have their incomes are reduced because their employment has closed on them, temporarily closed. Maybe they were self-employed and they've had a lack of income because of that. So there's a bit of a list to qualify. So I think we're going to go through that, but essentially know that it's a taxable benefit of $2,000 a month and up to 4 months. So it's kind of like EI in the essence that you have to re-qualify every month for it. So you get paid for 1 month and then you have to go in and say, yes, I'm still unemployed, I'm still not making any money, so they'll pay you the benefit for that next month, and so on and so on. So at this point, it's 4 months in place. Who knows whether it's going to be extended or not, but they've committed to 4 months.
Right. Okay. And it says here that it's retroactive to March 15th. So that means that if you didn't have any income as of March 15th, you can apply for this.
That's right. And actually, yes. And if you go in and apply right now, they'll pay you the $2,000 from March, and then they'll also pay you the April amount. So you're probably, some people are receiving $4,000 rather than just $2,000.
Okay. Okay. Good to know. So who qualifies for this particular benefit?
Mm-hmm. So it's basically, and I'm reading from a list, that it's basically workers who've lost their jobs or can't work due to the outbreak of the virus. So there's certain places that you just can't work. Workers who are sick, quarantined, or caring for someone who is sick themselves of the virus. Working parents who can't work because their kids are out of school. Workers who still have jobs, but maybe their workplace is closed down. So maybe the boss has said, you can't come to work because we're non-essential, we have to close down. So that would qualify. And also independent contractors and self-employed people who wouldn't normally apply or qualify for EI. So it's a little bit more comprehensive than what EI is, because it takes into account self-employed and contractors, which, you know, I'm self-employed. We're not able to apply for those benefits normally.
Right. Okay. And that's good to know. And I didn't know this too, that if it was for, you know, like for working parents, and if you were also caring for someone who is ill, as well. So that's good to know.
And also students, I should note, and I don't think it says here, but also students may be able to qualify. So maybe they had a job that they were hoping to report to, like these are university students, they were looking to report to a job maybe starting now and they aren't able to because of the lockdown, then they may be able to qualify for the benefit too.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that is good to know. And so here it says, do not apply for the CURB benefit if you've already applied for EI. So does that mean that like prior to March 15th, if you've already applied for EI, that you don't need to reapply for this benefit as well?
That's right. If you're already in the EI stream, then you stay there. It's
Okay.
people that have applied newly for the CURB benefit, then they could apply under that benefit. And because the EI benefit or the system is already set up for you, so your money should go to you fairly quickly. On the CURB benefit, it's mostly for new applicants.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, and so this is one of the things, is that the CURB benefit is taxable. Do you want to just maybe
Yes.
explain a little bit about what that means and how it works, and if people should be setting
Mhm.
money aside from this 2000 to compensate for that, or like what the plan should be?
Yeah, exactly. So again, similar to EI, it is a taxable income. So if you receive $8,000 from the full benefit of this, it will be added to any income that you make in 2020. So if you return to regular working life, then you're still going to get a T4 to show that you've got this $8,000. So it's added to your income. So you're making 8,000 and then maybe you're making your own regular 30,000. So now you're still making 38,000. So they
Right.
calculate the tax based on your entire annual income. You may owe more tax because they're not withholding any tax. They're trying to get you as much money as they can in a short period of time. So they're sending it all to you now, knowing that it'll kind of be adjusted when you file your taxes next year.
Okay.
But the other thing is, if you do owe taxes, do you have the means to pay those taxes? So what they're recommending is, based on maybe an average salary, who knows what average is, but let's say $40,000, maybe you're paying about 25% taxes. So
Okay.
25% on the 2,000 is maybe you want to set aside or be prepared to have to pay taxes on $500 of $500.
Okay. Yeah, that is good to know. To like pre-plan for that, right? Um, Okay, and so speaking of taxes, one of the things here is that the government has extended the deadline, if I'm not mistaken,
No,
right?
yeah, absolutely. So normally it's due for individuals at the end of April. They've extended the reporting period till the end of June.
Okay,
So you have to file by the end of June. If you owe any money when you do your taxes by the end of June, they'll allow you till September 30th to pay those taxes interest free.
okay,
So they're kind of moving it along the road a little bit. Um, so that's if you're expecting to pay taxes. If you're expecting a refund, you should try and file right now, right? Because
okay.
that's going to be money in your hand that you could use right now. Some
Hmm.
of your benefits are based on early filing, like Canada Tax Benefit is based on that, the child benefit, I mean. If you're getting GIS or old age security clawback, that's based also on an early filing. So if you think you're going to get money back, then it's also a good motivator to apply, do your taxes early. You've already got the information because you've got all your T4s and everything for last year. So that's what I would encourage. If you need to pay money, then absolutely use the delayed reporting and the
Hmm.
delayed payment. If you think you're going to get money, then yeah, you should try and file now.
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. Um, okay, and then you mentioned the Canada Child Benefit. Um, has the government done anything about that?
Yeah, so they've extended it. They're going to they think that they're going to be paying it within the next month. So by mid-May, people will
Okay,
see an increase in their child benefits. So it's going to be close to $400 for an individual and $800 for a child.
okay,
No, sorry, that's the GST credit. I'm doing that wrong. The $300 per child,
hmm,
$300 per child is the Canada Child Benefit per month. So that's going to increase. So if you have two kids, you're going to get $600 per month. And it's again a limited time. I imagine it's just for that same 4-month period.
right.
And the payments will begin in May. So if you've already got your name in the system, it's just going to be an automatic addition to the payment you're already receiving.
Okay,
The GST credit is going to be a one-time payment that we'll get in mid-May, $400 per person, $600 per couple.
okay.
So that's going to come to you through the normal GST credit system.
Okay, so there's no additional applications for any of this or anything
I
that
don't
you
believe
need
so.
to do?
No,
Okay,
it's automatic as far as I can tell.
okay, okay, that's good to know. Because I know a lot of people are wondering, I know for the CURB benefit, you could do it online and over the phone. So
Yeah.
that makes it pretty accessible for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And then here you have, as of March 30th, the repayment of the Canada student loans has been automatically suspended.
Yes,
What does
that's going to
that
be
mean?
helpful. So if you were having to pay back your loan, it's
Mhm.
just, you don't have to pay it back. You don't have to make any payments until the end of September. And of course, that
Okay.
could be extended further too, but it's just know that you don't have to. And also, um, Ontario student loans are also doing the same thing, and other provinces also, but following the same guideline. As of March, you don't have to make payments until September, and they'll let us know well in advance of that
Right.
if we have to make repayments.
Okay. And is that interest free or like,
That's just, oh, actually, you know what? It doesn't, no interest will accrue. You're right. No interest will
okay.
accrue. So
Okay.
they're just saying, okay, we're stopping it at this point and we'll reset it again in September and carry on from there. So
Okay.
it's just like you get a 6-month vacation, which is very nice
Yeah. Okay. That's
and
perfect.
helpful to, I mean, because imagine most of these people that are paying back student loans are likely people who are in their early earning years who may not have had a lot of job security through this COVID crisis.
Yeah.
And, you know, they're looking to frozen. There you are.
There we go. Back. Yeah. Gotta love technology, right? And working from
I know.
home and stuff. Okay. So the last one here is Canada's largest bank and credit unions are offering mortgage deferrals. So
Mm-hmm.
do you want to just let me know what that all means for people and such?
Yeah, well, you know, it's a little bit different than what we just mentioned about the Canada, the student loans, where they're just saying, okay, let's draw a line and then fast forward. What they're doing with the mortgage deferrals is they're saying, you know, while you're deferring it, if we agree to defer it, then you know we'll move the payments forward, but then you have to still pay the interest here, but we'll add it on at the end. So
Okay.
it's not a holiday, it's not a forgiveness, it's nothing like that. They're just saying, we know you have some cash flow problems now, so we'll give you this deferral, and then you'll just pay it back later.
Okay.
So for some people, it may not be worth it because maybe the amount that they're going to save, depending on where they are in their mortgage schedule, it may not be a lot.
Hmm.
So I mean, it depends on their cash flow and, you know, can they do it? Some people are thinking, hey, this is a great way to kind of, you know,
Yeah.
get some extra money. Well, it's short-term gain and longer-term pain because, you know, you'll still have to pay it back and it'll now take, you know, a few extra months potentially at the end of your mortgage. So it's not for everybody. Not everybody will qualify for it. So, you know, just check with your bank, your lending institution. They're also doing the same thing for credit card payments, again, if you qualify, and lines of credit and loans,
Okay.
car loans, others, you know, personal loans. Talk to your lenders is kind of the bottom line here.
Right. Yeah, because those seem to be more like they're not as much of a free pass as the student loans or
Yeah.
those kinds of things. Like this, there are some downfalls to making those choices to defer payments. So I guess
And
it's
like I
just
say, and
knowing.
well, sometimes you actually have to qualify for it. So like if
Right.
your income is really low and, you know, maybe the bank wasn't, if they're low, then they're not going to defer it because maybe you become a credit risk to them. So there's going to be a certain segment that unfortunately it probably won't really benefit.
Right. Right. That makes sense. So is there anything else that you feel like people need to know about the government assistance that's coming out for families in relation to the COVID situation?
Well, I'd say also to check the website, the COVID support, the government website, because it changes every single day. I wrote an update on a Friday and I had to rewrite it on a Monday because
Right.
they were still announcing details. So it's very important that you just keep checking back because the information changes every time Justin Trudeau stands up and has a news conference. There's something new, and there has to be because it's an evolving situation. And then as they're going, they're realizing, oh yeah, we haven't addressed these people yet or this segment yet. So they keep adding things and fine tuning it. So just keep abreast of the current information. Don't ask your friends and family. Go right to
Yeah.
the source and get the exact information.
Yeah. Yeah. That's really good advice. Um, Okay, so if let's say somebody does want to reach out to you because they do want to, plan their finances at this time or to come up with a game plan or whatever the case might
Mhm.
be, are you still offering services? And if so, like how can people get a hold of you? What's the best way to reach you?
Absolutely. I put it even on my Facebook page that I'm doing free 15-minute not even consultations, question and answers. So if
Okay.
someone has a question, they can email me at janet@moneycoachescanada.ca and
Okay.
just tell me what their question is. If I can answer it in an email, I will. If we need to have a quick phone call, I'm happy to do that too. I can't solve all of their questions in a 15-minute segment, but answer or ask me the questions that are most interesting to you and pertinent to you, and I'll be happy to either try and answer it myself or send you a place where you can get that information.
Okay, perfect. That's good to know. Thank you so much for joining me and doing this with us. And I know that we are chatting again. Next time it is about the managing your finances during
Yeah.
COVID. So that's a little bit more personal to some people as far as personal finances go.
Hmm.
So we will chat about that later, but thank you for doing this with me.
Great. Thank you. Always a pleasure.